We've been all hearing it for months now. 2021, we're gonna have a housing market crash after housing prices going up and up and up. And last year, housing prices went up by 15%. Well, personally, I am ready for housing prices to go down. But is the market here in Georgia really gonna crash? Let's find out. My name is Misha Thompson. I'm a local real estate professional here in the Middle Georgia area. And today we try to find out if the housing prices are actually going down or are they keep going up, and what the heck is going on with the real estate market here in Georgia. Should you buy a house now? Should you wait 6 months, 8 months, a year? What should you do and what should you expect? So we have been hearing about the housing market crash since mid last year when the pandemic started. Businesses closed, people stopped working. They thought, well, there has to be a housing market crash. But guess what? Exactly the opposite happened. I mean, our inventory went super low because less people wanted to sell their property because of the pandemic, with the interest rates being at an all-time low as they never been in history. More and more people wanted to purchase a house. They want to take advantage of those low interest rates. This caused the real estate market to explode and home prices to skyrocket. And then we had a supply and demand problem. There was no supply, but a ton of demand. Well, let's face it, housing prices have been going up for a while. Yes, we had a housing market crash in 2008, and it took a while to recover. But over the last 5 years, the Georgia housing market saw an increase of 42% in home prices. 42%. That's insane. And just over the last year, we saw a 15% increase in home prices. And the National Association of Realtors actually predicts another increase of 8% for 2021. So what does that mean for our housing market and the crash that's supposedly coming? If you take all the outside factors away, politics, pandemic, everything that's going on in the world, a healthy real estate market in reality goes up and down and up and down. Over the years, the healthy real estate market is going up and it increases, but it will not consistently increase. There is a time of growth and then it goes down a little bit and then it goes back up a little. But what we saw over the last year is that it went straight up without any downs or flat lines. And with all that going on, buyers right now ask themselves, how much can prices actually go up? And how crazy can the real estate market actually get before it crashes? Because right now we have multiple offer situations with $30,000, $40,000 above list price, people losing out because we have so many buyers but not enough sellers. And at one point it has to crash, right? At one point it has to go down. And since we are consistently going up for the last 5 years, there has to be the point when it goes back down. That's just how it usually works, right? For a lot of buyers right now, it's frustrating. And they might ask themselves, what does it need to take for home prices to actually go back down? Well, there are two things that I can think of that might bring the housing prices down. One factor are the historical low interest rates. They're in the mid 2s, low 3s right now. But what if those interest rates would go up to 4, 5 or 6%? Well, this would pull a lot of buyers off of the market because it makes a huge difference. Tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars in mortgage payments that would pull a lot of them off. A lot of them wouldn't be able to afford a house. Well, that wouldn't help anyone either, and that wouldn't be healthy for the market. Are the interest rates actually going up? Are they staying the same, or are they going further down? Well, let me tell you, I cannot predict the future. I think no one really knows what's going on. Most analysts and economists actually predict the interest rates to slightly increase and creep up a little bit. Does that help the whole situation? It does not, because the market is still oversaturated with buyers and not enough sellers. So housing prices won't go down because of the interest rates in 2021. The second major factor that could decrease the home prices would be the inventory. 2019, the inventory was low. Beginning of 2020, the inventory was low. And then the pandemic hit and the inventory went even further down. Banks stopped foreclosing on properties. You don't have those on the market. Then sellers didn't want to sell their house. They wanted to wait it out. They're still waiting it out. You just don't have any inventory. And the pandemic is still going on. States are still in lockdown. Georgia is getting ready to put more restrictions out. As long as we have that pandemic, I don't see our inventory here in Georgia going up that much that it will change our home prices. I have to bring up another factor that diminishes our inventory here in Georgia a lot. People from California, Oregon, or New York, states that are super expensive to live in, the cost of living super high, purchasing a home extremely expensive, are migrating more and more to Georgia. Georgia has seen a 15.5% increase in population over the last 10 years. That is 1.5 times as much as the US growth rate in general. And they're predicting a growth rate over the next couple of years, or an immigration rate of 17.5%. So there are more and more people moving to Georgia. Purchasing a home here in Georgia is cheap compared to other states, and that diminishes our inventory as well, and doesn't help right now with our already low inventory. Don't get me wrong, I would never ever tell you not to move to Georgia. If you would like to move to Georgia, move to Georgia. It is just one reason why our inventory is low, is the high immigration of people from other states. And for buyers right now, it's super frustrating. You get outbid over and over and over again. And I'm sure a lot of buyers get so frustrated, they stop with their home search. They tell themselves, hey, we're not gonna buy this year. We're gonna wait till the market is better. Does that gonna change anything? Does that gonna make it better? The inventory higher? Probably not. But no one really can predict it. So what is my take on that? Well, let me tell you something. We don't see 2008 2.0. We will not gonna see that because there's so many different factors that played into that crash 2008. Mortgage fraudulent activities, to way more mortgage delinquencies than we have right now. The numbers are completely different, and therefore I don't think we are going to see a 2008 2.0. But we're gonna see the market go down. Remember, a healthy real estate market goes up and down and up and down. That's just the way that whole thing works, and we will see it. But does it happen 2021? I personally do not see it happening at the beginning to mid 2021. It will happen towards the end of 2021. And what is going to happen in 2022? Who knows? One thing we should all have learned this year is that we cannot predict what is happening. Yes, we will see the market go down at one point, but we won't probably see a market crash in 2021. Let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen in 2021. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And if you want to check out some other videos, check out my playlist right here. And I'll see you in the next video.